you anywhere.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world.
And then Tay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it. It is the Morning Shake with me, your host, Xavier Hendricks, and of course, my co-host, Mr. J. Paris. If you are not yet aware, we are definitely, it is our first show. We're back online, right here on the Inside Show on YouTube platform. And of course, Mr. Paris, what's been happening, my brother?
What's happening? Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins and bless up to the world. It's a new year. It's a new year, bro. We're feeling the vibes. We're feeling the heat. This year is bound to be a fantastic one. It's a beautiful Monday morning, and we have a phenomenal guest in the building. I'm looking forward to this one, broski.
It's going to be a great one. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, I don't want to keep you waiting any longer. Please help me welcome our guest. Special guest, been trying to get him on, but he's been all over the country, literally doing what he does best. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome none other than Mr. Dillan Olifant. What's happening, my brother? Thank you so much for pulling through, man.
Thank you for having me, man.
100%. And how's things been going in your life, man? What you've been busy. We've been trying to join. I've been trying to get you since last year. And every time you're like, hey, Zix, I'm here, I'm there, I'm coming back late from there. I'm like, okay, bro. Soon as you get a second, let us know so that we can get this thing locked
Perfect
down.
Timing, though, bro. The grand opening to 2022.
Perfect timing. And then last week you're like, okay, before it gets rowdy, let's get this done. Thank you for coming through. How's things been going on your side, man?
I've been cool. I've been Decembering.
Come on.
You see now.
What was your December?
When I say Decembering, I've been spending it with family and friends.
Okay,
I love
good.
my family, so I spend a lot of my time with my cousins and my aunts. And so I was Decembering with my family. And before that, I was obviously, like you say, I was a bit busy doing stand-up comedy.
Of course.
Comedy on the whole, actually. Been doing a lot of online stuff recently. So I've been doing comedy on the whole. And that's just been my thing, just going from city to city, doing stand-up, working on a show so I can produce a show for television.
That's perfect, man. So you've been doing stand-up for a long time now. I remember listening to you. I mean, bruh, this is like, I think the first time I really got a hold of like some of your material or heard about you should have been in like 2014 or 13, somewhere around there. How did you? I want to start at the beginning. Yeah? Number one, who is Dillan? Where you from? What's the background looking like?
Okay, so I'm Dillan Olifant.
If you don't know, but
I'm from Klipspruit West. I always tell people I'm from Elders because I stayed in Elders before I moved to Klipspruit West. So I am from Elders. Some people get upset when they hear me say I tell them I'm from Elders, and they're like, no, but you don't stay in Elders. You stay in Klipspruit West. And I'm like, bruh, we moved. So I am from there. I just moved next door. But I didn't even move far.
You didn't even go far.
I didn't even go far.
Down the road.
I moved down the road, just across the bridge there,
real.
where there was no electricity. So yeah, then I moved there with my parents, both of them.
I don't know. That's not even funny, but it's funny. Both of them.
Yeah, I don't mean to brag.
There's one joke where you say you were a single father.
I do joke that I'm a single father. Some people generally think I am a single father, and they're right. I'm like, I'm not a single, I'm absent father.
Yeah.
So
You moved across the road.
we moved across. I went to school at Eldo Main Primary, when it was still a primary school. So you can imagine how old I am.
What's it now?
So it's a high school. I left and they were like tired of the small kids. I just started high school. Just like a proper, just a high school now. And then I went to Lansjawel Secondary. Hated it there. I hated school, not the place so much.
Not the teachers.
Well, I don't want to speak. I wasn't a fan of school. Then and I left school. Left it after. I finished it.
You left it after.
Just in case. I finished it. I got my certificate at home, so that's just proof that I finished. I finished school, and then after school I went to varsity. Or to college, to Rosebank College, the worst college ever. It's not
I
even-
was wrong with Rosebank College.
It's not even in Rosebank, bro. That's the most upsetting part. I'm like, how can you name a college a Rosebank College and you're not even in Rosebank? I was upset when I found out we're going to Braamfontein. I was like, oh, that's why I chose Rosebank College. Because after school, my father's a teacher, right? My father forced me to, well, not forced. Forced is a harsh
strong
word.
word.
My father was encouraging me
Strongly encouraged.
strongly encouraging, yeah, strongly encouraging me to go and do something after school, study something. And like I didn't know what I want to study, but I knew that I would somehow get into the arts because I used to write. I was a playwright for my local church, and I used to like writing those plays. And I used to like acting in them too, just writing the jokes in there. I used to like that. So I knew I wanted to do something in front of an audience. And then, but then my father was like, "No, you need to go in," because my father's a teacher. So, and his father was also a teacher. So I come, and his father was basically forced him to go study teaching. You know what I mean? So my father was also there, going, "Yo, you need to also
Go into the education field.
not necessarily, but you just need to go get yourself an education, you know." And there I was with my art dreams, because you know art dreams. I don't think there are parents in the world who support arts. I don't think there are. I don't think that arts is like because if I could. I think even if I had a child one day, I'd be very reluctant. I'd be like, "Yo, are you sure?"
Sure, that's what you want to do.
I'll definitely ask, "Are you sure?" Because it's a difficult, especially in South Africa. We don't have the biggest industry. Entertainment and comedy is probably among, I think, of all the industries, of all the entertainment industries. Yeah, I think comedy is like the smallest. At least up there with the smallest. So, and then I told my father, "Okay, I'll go do journalism, go do media, because that's at least something to do with TV and something." And then I did journalism for like 3 months. Well, my parents thought it was longer. They didn't know it was only 3 months. The other days I spent a lot of times watching movies.
Come on. Thanks for the honesty.
You were blowing at the race.
I spent all the money they gave me at Stakinico, actually. Can't tell you how many Jason Statham movies I watched in that year.
All of the Takens.
all of the transporters. And
Sorry. That's
was
the
it
wrong guy.
transporters? Taken is Liam Neeson. Yeah.
Oh.
It's okay. All white men look the same. So then, then I told my parents I want to do stand-up comedy. Shit.
And they didn't
It
vibe
was
with
the
that.
hardest.
So
That
from
was the
college,
hardest
you had
thing.
nothing to prove.
I had nothing
Like-
to.
Show for
When
it.
to show for when they asked you how's it going and everything.
No, I had nothing to prove.
Besides movie tickets.
I just had to lie through my way. Yeah, I got movie tickets. And at that Stakinico I went to, the dude there that worked there would like ask me if I want to pay the normal price or the other price. I'm like, "Oh, the other price? What's the other price?" He's like, "No, just meet me inside the cinema." I'm like, "This is a drug deal?" And I just came like $20. So you can imagine
So
how
you
much.
smuggled your way into
I
into the
smuggled my
movies.
way into Stakinico. Can we erase that part?
In editing.
Please edit it out. So yeah, then I told my parents, "No, I don't want to study. I want to go do stand-up comedy. I want to do stand-up comedy." Yeah, my father cried.
Like you told him you were pregnant.
Yeah. It's like I was like, "Come on, it's not a teenage pregnancy. It's just me trying to pursue something that I love." And then my father used to drive me around to gigs earlier on.
Okay, so we got with it.
You kind of had to because I was persistent in my.
Why though, bro? What birthed that
Wait,
passion?
yeah.
'Cause
But before
from
we
this-
go there, I'm trying to understand your gigs, right? And plus that time, comedy wasn't. I think after Trevor, after Loiso, those guys, they really kind of tried to put it more on the map. And then it started becoming like a thing in South Africa. Well, okay, we can actually do this as a thing. Because in America, we had comedians that becomes actors afterwards and stuff like that. So it was always the Eddie Murphys, those guys. But here, it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
And so earlier, for your father, it was probably like, how's this going to work? Now it's becoming a little bit more like, okay, there's actually a vibe going on.
There's a platform. To be honest with you, when I started doing comedy, 2010, the year before 2010, Trevor had just broke out with The Daywalker. So I think comedy has actually tapered down since Trevor's breakthrough in South Africa. I think comedy is actually... So I think comedy, the boom just started then. The boom was, comedy was the thing. Trevor Noah, Daywalker, everyone watched Daywalker.
He kind of
Trevor
put
Noah
comedy
was
like up
DVD
there.
viral. That was viral.
Yeah, that was
That
viral.
viral of that age.
I
you
mean,
know?
everyone was saying like quoting
I
things
know
out
you.
of all those things.
People were quoting. Trevor was Trevor was the first viral comedian in South Africa. That's what viral was going like. Everyone watched that thing, and then I used to go to stand-up shows. My parents would take me to the theater to watch stand-up shows. So they knew how interested I was in stand-up comedy. Like I really liked watching it, and I really liked watching other stand-ups. Trevor. And then, no, not Trevor. Well, I like Trevor too, but I really liked watching stand-up comedy as just a consumer of. I was a consumer of comedy, of art, of a craft. So then, I watched the stand-up show. I went to watch there was a festival called the Just Because Comedy Festival, and that's where I saw Trevor was there, Eugene Koza, Loiso Gola, John Flismus. Those are like that was a great comedy. That's probably like my favorite show that I've ever been to in terms of, I was like, this is a power lineup, like a proper. And I was like, I love watching this and I want to do just that.
But how do you get to the place, bro, where you realize that you're funny? Because funny can be objective. It depends on who's listening. It depends on the audience. Some people may think, it wasn't funny. Then other people are rolling on the floor. How do you get to the place in your personal life where you actually like, I actually got something here. Like when I say things, people vibe with it. Like people laugh, people enjoy it. Do you remember the first spot where you're like, actually have something here? People are actually vibing with me.
In high school, speeches. I used to be good at speeches. Like speeches was my vibe, and I'd always throw in jokes. Not my own jokes. I would always throw in Chris Rock's jokes there, and then I would kill it. I remember the one speech I did in English. It was like I quoted Chris Rock as like, a white man dies, he leaves a will. I changed my own one. Colored man dies, he leaves a bill. That was my favorite Chris Rock joke back then, right? So I quoted that one, and the whole crowd they laughed. The whole class just went wild. Even the teacher was like, "Hey, you can't say that about color people." But he was like, "This is funny," and I was like, "I like talking in front of an audience. I like standing in front."
Was that one of your first moments you were like, "Okay, this is not."
Because even though it wasn't my joke, I timed it perfectly.
Yeah.
Because the crowd was with me. The crowd was with me. The whole speech, they were with me. And I was like, okay, that's a nice feeling. And obviously the plays that I wrote, all those plays I wrote on my own. It was long plays, like an hour-long play. And then
people engaged.
People loved it. They used to laugh. They would laugh crazy. Like the church people would laugh like crazy for the joke.
So it had to
because
stay
it was
clean,
in church. It was in church. Yeah, it was clean. Yeah, it was only clean. And then I was just like, this is what I want, but I don't know how to get to do this thing because plays also with the youth. This youngster can't make it today, and I was like, I want to do this thing all the time, and I don't want to wait for this bra to come.
He's
or
late
this
or he
person is
can't
late
make
or he can't
it,
make it. They have to go away. They have to go to the mall on the weekend. He has to go visit his father, and then we know how it is, you know. So I was just like, I want to do this on my own. Then I found stand-up comedy. And I was like, okay, that's me alone there. Let me find places on the internet where they do stand-up comedy. And then I found Parker's Comedy Club. And I did my first 5 minutes. Well, it was supposed to be 5. It was supposed to be 5, but it ended like in 3 minutes.
So wait, so you get to Paja, you can jump in whenever you need to, bro.
Yeah.
So you find out, okay, there is a comedy club. That was in Monty, nah? Okay. And you're like, okay, right, here's at least a place where I can go and kind of test my craft. I can go and see, you know, where this can go, what this could become. Let me go and enter. So what happens? You enter like a junior league or like
well, they have
league or
open
something.
spot. They've got open spots. So Parker's Comedy Club used to have like 2 open spots. They have a full show with 4 professional acts and then 2 open spots, open mics. If you wanna
try your luck.
If you want to try out, then you just mail them and they'll give you a slot. And it could be a month from now, could be like 2 months from now. And so then they gave me 1 slot, and I told my parents I've got a slot at Parker's Comedy Club. Can they take me? And I'm gonna go try doing stand-up. And I did my 3 minutes.
What was that 3 minutes like, bro?
To be honest with you, those 3 minutes actually went better than most knew. For first 3 minutes, I thought I actually did quite well because they were laughing, they enjoyed it. It's just that at the 3rd minute, I forgot all the jokes. The rest I prepared, you know.
But you didn't bomb.
I wasn't bombing. I was doing well. I was feeling it.
Yeah,
there was jokes there that I still used even in this set on this show there.
The show that's on screen now.
On the screen right now. So there was jokes there that I used. So the jokes worked. Some of that 3 minutes was actually quite good, but then I forgot the rest of it.
But in those 3 minutes, people are laughing. They
like even my parents afterwards were impressed.
They were like, oh,
they didn't expect that. They were like,
you're not bad.
yeah, you're not bad. Because the MC was even like, wow, that was his first time, and that guy could be the future of South African stand-up comedy. Which is Joe Parker, yeah.
So which is a legend in the industry, especially in South African industry.
Yeah.
So we got Nathan online. Nathan is saying, "Welcome back, gents." He's enjoying Dillan's. He says just like Dillan's sweater. You see now, we're gonna get into that just now. And then we got Neil saying, "Welcome back, everyone." And then we also got Jean saying, "Good morning, my people. Good watching the show again. Big up to Dillan in the building."
Thank you.
So yeah, bro, people are vibing with you being here today. So listen, man. So okay, right? You go to Parker's. You start your 3 minutes. People are switching on. You walk off stage, just probably feeling like, okay, all right, this thing worked.
Yeah, I walked off stage like, why did I forget my 2 more minutes? I still had time. But I also walked off stage going, wow, okay, that was nice.
A bit of confidence.
Yeah, a bit of confidence. And then another comic came up to me. It's like, someone you can go to open spot somewhere else. And then he gave me that, another comic by the name of Kiriboni Mulawutsi. He used to run comedy nights at Ozone in Soweto. He gave me that guy's contacts, and I called him and asked him if I can come through for a slot. And I went through for a slot there too. And I bombed so hard.
Serious?
I bombed so hard.
Why do you think you bombed that night?
I don't know.
Different
'cause I was
crowd,
a new
different.
guy.
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't good at
You were still
stand-up.
feeling
I
the
had a
energy
good
of the-
night. I had a good night at Parker's
You had
Comedy
one
Club.
good
Yeah.
night,
I had one
and now you
good
think.
night.
That's what I'm saying. You still
Yeah.
feeling the
Got
energy
this.
and everything.
Then they brought me just back down to it. I was like, oh, okay, I've still got some way to
So
go.
you got bombing also under the belt. So how did that night go after you bombed? Does it mess with your confidence? What happens there?
I was upset. Obviously, it is one of those things where you it's also you a new guy there. And
People
you're like,
don't know
this is
you."
not lekker. This is definitely not the best. And my father was there too, so he saw me do badly.
But now I want to know, broski, what's the difference though between that crowd and now this crowd? Did you do the same jokes, or what was the case? Why would you say it wasn't received well at this particular event?
Look, comedy is also a lot about the room that we're in. Like, if I'm at Parker's Comedy Club, specifically, Parker's Comedy Club, people come there for comedy, which is a good thing. It's the best thing. They come there for comedy. They don't expect
Because their
anything
mindset
else.
is already
They
okay,
like
right.
they want to
I'm here
listen.
to laugh.
They want to listen to this guy stand on the stage and make
talk,
jokes. You know. But then at Ozone is a pub. It's a pub, so it's a place where people go to dance. So
Not
it's like
necessarily.
not necessarily. So they have comedy on a Wednesday. It's just a comedy night on a Wednesday night. That's all it is.
So you're not
you know?
really there to come and laugh. They're more
Yeah,
there
there
for
are
the-
few people there that are there to laugh, but a lot of the times it's just people there
drink
to have a
and
good
dance and
time, you know,
whatever.
relax after a long day of work. So then, because I can even tell by the DJ, because the MC would introduce the act, and the DJ would play "All I Do Is Win, All I Do Is Win," and the whole crowd would jump up. And they would all go, "All I do is win," while you walking onto stage. So now you have to be the one saying, "Yo, DJ, just cut. I need to say something to these people. These people don't want to listen. They don't. You there, and no one knows you. They don't care. And that's the toughest part about being a stand-up comic, I think. The beginning stages when no one knows you, so no one wants to listen to you.
Yeah, because they don't know you. They're not
Because
sure what to expect.
They don't know what you're gonna give them, because newbies are bad. Because that's how you become good. You start.
You
off
have to start
badly.
somewhere. Yeah.
You have to start. You have to start somewhere. But then they don't give you the time of day. They don't want to listen. And Ozone is one of those places where they will laugh sarcastically.
And you can feel that energy also. No?
Yeah, because they're not laughing they're laughing at you not getting the laughs.
They're
So
laughing
now-
because you're bombing now.
Yeah, they're laughing
So
because
they're
you're
actually
bombing.
taking you
So
now
then
in
you
your
there.
face. Yeah.
You're just there. Because when you're a newbie also, you don't know how to deal with the fact that those people can't laugh.
Yeah, you don't have that experience
You
yet.
don't have
that holds you,
experience,
yeah.
so you start stuttering or you start going fast over your words, and now you're losing them even more, because you will lose an audience when they don't hear what you are saying. Because I think but later when when the show is not as good as you want it to be, when it starts off slow, you can still get your rhythm, because you'll be like, don't worry, I'll get you
got
guys.
this,
It's
I
gonna
got
be
this,
okay.
yeah.
It's gonna
I
be
got
okay.
that
I'm good.
couple of jokes.
I've got
that
this one.
Once
I
I get
Yeah.
there,
Once I get there,
Energy's
we're
gonna lift, yeah.
we're gonna be okay. But when you're there, you've got your 3 minutes. I had my 3 minutes. It was supposed to be 5, and even
Even that felt like 20 minutes.
even that felt like I was like, yo, that ride home afterwards was quiet.
Awkward.
We didn't say a thing. No one said
But
anything.
no, your
I
father
just-
probably felt like bad for your partner.
yeah, my father felt bad for my part. But it's one of those, I was like, I'm going to go back there. I'm going to go back to Ozone and I will get them.
Did you end up going back at some
I
point?
went back there all the time.
And then you
All
finally
the
got
time.
him.
That's why I started actually doing comedy consistently. Like every week I would go to Ozone Pub every week, whether it's a rowdy audience, whether it's an audience.
So did you
who don't
use that
wanna laugh.
experience to say, I'm gonna now use this flop to now exercise this thing until I get it right?
Yeah, I was like, if I can win you guys over, I can win anybody over.
Facts.
I can,
And
you
that's-
guys.
that's- I just want to know, broski, what year was this? So
That was-
Monty was it sort of like the
2010,
same?
2011,
yeah,
somewhere there,
2010, 2011, yeah. So it was in that year. Monty was in the same year. So I went to Monty and I went to Ozone. So and I went back to Ozone all the time. Every week I was like, good nights. Okay, tonight was a good night. And I also realized that comedy is also one of those things where one night can't make you. It can't make your whole life.
Or even break you.
It can't break you. Yeah, it's not like everyone's gonna go home and cancel. It's not, I'm not gonna get cancelled
Because you now
I didn't
bombed
make
one
them
night,
laugh for
yeah.
that one night. This is gonna and I'm a nobody. Nobody knows me.
So it's fine, you
it's
can bomb,
fine
yeah.
if I'm bombing.
Yeah.
They're not gonna be like, yo, that. No one's gonna be like. They're just gonna be like, yo, there was that other
was
guy.
this other guy.
They're not even gonna remember my name. They're just gonna be like, yeah,
Exactly.
this other guy. Yo, that guy. Yo, he was stale. Or it didn't make them laugh. You know. It's like I felt. Because that's what they always say to you. Yeah, I felt so bad for you. When they come to you after the show, they're like, I felt so bad for you. Don't worry, these people don't get you. Don't worry. You know,
Just
like,
to try to make you feel a
just
little
to
bit
make
better, and you like
better.
him and go
You're
away.
like, I don't want to talk. I know what happened, you know? Because a lot of comedy is also, it's a lot of self-awareness. You need to be aware of yourself. So you're there, you must know. Because I've seen a lot of other comedians who never become good because they keep doing those same jokes. And I'm like, bruh, you saw how these jokes did for the last 4 months.
He's feeling, if I do this, I'm gonna do it until I get
It's
it.
gonna
It's
work.
like, no.
Yeah. You're like, it's still the same that it's been for the last year now.
Adjust it now,
it's
yeah.
Adjust it, bruh. Adjust it or write new jokes. If it's not working, let it
Come
go.
up with something
Like,
different, yeah.
Come up with something different because now you're going to feel like this all the time. I don't want to feel bad about myself all the time. Like,
Yeah.
yo, these people don't like me. Or, no, scrap that then. Stop hanging on to something that's not working and find something that works in your comedy.
What's the writing process like though? What inspires you?
My writing process is I just sit at the coffee shop and I write. I would just
You
sit
like look
there.
at people, see things happening, and then think. Because I would always imagine the mind of a comic, nah? I wouldn't mind to like get into your head and just like walk around there, because I'm sure I'd see all sorts of nuance. Because the way you see things is
The way you see the
different. Like
world,
you see something funny in random things.
Yeah.
And your comedy is smart because you actually you use puns, or you'll use like intellectual like you know, if you see the same thing but it could be seen in two different ways, and you'll hit it that way, and then the audience is like first like, and then you do this thing where you're just like quiet, and then like a few seconds everyone just starts laughing because it's like, you're gonna get it, wait for it, and everyone just reacts. Then you're like, there, now you got it.
Got it, yeah.
Because it's very smart how you like take two separate things and you bring them together, but you make it funny. What happens in your mind, bro, when you see things? Because surely, how do you see funny in like even sometimes in serious situations?
Yeah, look, I think nationwide Dillan Olifant comedy is a bit different to current Dillan Olifant stand-up comedy. Right now, like in my stand-up, I like taking on serious subjects, and maybe not making light of the subject itself, but taking on serious subject and maybe change a point of view on that serious subject. Like we could do protesting, for instance. I still speak nationwide. Dillan Olifant still speaks on the same things, because I love speaking about colored people and the plight of colored people, right? So I'm okay with speaking about it. So I go, here's something that people don't talk about. People don't talk about protesting, or they don't talk about protesting in a colored neighborhood. Let me talk about that. Let me give a perspective. And I try and read books as much as possible. So I would read books, and then, because the best writers read, I believe so. So I'm very like, I'm a writer at heart, even like with everything I do. I believe it must be written.
Yeah,
Things must be.
You exercising your vocabulary, seeing things from different perspective. Yeah,
it's also because another comic was asking me for advice. I'm like, bruh, sit down and write. I know it is the most tedious exercise. It can be very like irritating, sitting down and you're like, yeah, I need to do this. But
like homework.
But even like when I'm out in public and I'm tweeting something, and I'll tweet like a joke or a thought of mine, that was because, and people are like, oh, that's so funny. And that's only because I practice writing, I think. Like I practice writing all the time. Like
So you become good at it.
You become good at
the more
it,
you
yeah.
do it, yeah.
So you just like, I can just sit here and I'm like, oh, there's something funny I see, or something that I can make funny, something that's happening to me. I'm sitting outside of ShopRite waiting for my mom for her to take along, think about a joke right there. You know what I mean? Just on my phone, writing notes. I'm always writing notes, putting words down. Like, oh, let's see what I can do with it a bit later. So I'm always, in my mind, I'm always thinking, okay,
how can I turn this into something?
How can I turn this into something? And always thinking about things. Because that's also another thing comedians also have, that regular, well, not regular sounds so...
Sounds so like you know, telling the people they're regular.
that other people don't have. We do have a lot of time on our hands. Like, I'm going to go home now, and I can just go home and think. Other people are at work right now. So I have a lot of time to think. And
so
that
you
also...
use it to your advantage.
Yeah, so I just use it to write jokes. Otherwise, I'm going to be poor.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing, bro. So you do all these comedy clubs. You start. When do you get to the place where you actually start winning awards? But before we get there, right? I wanna. So we got Dale September online. DJ, maybe you'll read the second one. I'll read the first one. He's asking if you'll ever get into acting roles, like material with other guys, other comics and stuff like that.
In terms of acting, I haven't done any. I had a line in a movie in New Material. I don't know if you know. It's with Riyad Musa and Joey Rasdin. So I had a line in that movie. I haven't done acting, but I do want to make movies. I would love to write.
Actually write things.
I sat down with a few comics to actually sit down and we write a movie. So maybe I could act in my own movie, but I definitely want to make movies. That's definitely one of the big goals of mine, to write funny South African stories. Yeah, it's definitely one of the big ones.
He's asking another
Yeah,
question.
broski. Dale goes on to ask, what does the future hold for comedy in South Africa? Because we as the patrons of comedy miss the interaction with the comedian on stage. When will we ever be able to see you on stage again in the theater?
I guess now we're on stage 1 adjusted, is it?
Yeah,
adjusted?
It's now, bruh. It's just
Adjusted or
stage 0 at this point.
It's
So
basically
everyone's just
stage
doing what
0,
they want.
yeah. I guess we're now on stage 1, so now comedy has to come back again. There'll be shows all over the country again. I've gotten a few bookings. Got some shows down in PE and Durban and Vatbank or so. So comedy's coming back again. I will be doing a few shows around Joburg. So comedy definitely has to come back.
Do you have your own shows, or are you like being part of existing shows at this point?
Some of these shows that I'm gonna do are just. I'm planning. I'm gonna have a tour. I'm gonna tour at the end of September, at the beginning of September, right up till the end of the year. So I'm definitely gonna have my own shows. I do my own shows all the time. I did Cape Town last year. I love going to Cape Town.
How did that go? I can imagine. But how did that go?
Cape Town. Well, Cape Town always shows like the most love. It's crazy. Like Cape Town, I would put on a show. I would say, no, we're having one night, and then one night turns into 4 nights. It turns into, So Cape Town really shows love. I love going to Cape Town, but I also love going to Durban and Joburg, figuring out different audiences, and doing your own shows is different to
just like showing
tagging
up to
along
show,
with other acts, because you have to push your own show. You have to get people.
You gotta make sure you can handle that whole hour.
You can do an whole hour, yeah. But like right now, doing the hour is not the hard part. It's just about getting people out, because people are a bit reluctant with COVID numbers, and comedy is like a very. You open your mouth. So there's some spitting involved. There's some COVID involved. Just a little bit COVID.
Just a little bit. But now we at this place where Dillan is now starting to move around. He's starting to catch the swing of things. You're starting to get the vibe. Okay, right? I'm picking up some rhythm here. Then I know you get involved with the Nando's comedy show. When is the first time you start like actually getting into spaces where you're starting to win awards?
Look, the Nando's comedy competition, specifically that I won was only like 3 months into my comedy career.
Sure,
So it
that
was
nice and early
it
stuff.
was very early, yeah. Like because when you win Nando's comedy competition, you get to perform at the International Nando's Comedy Festival, right? So I was 3 months in.
In the deep end.
I didn't know anyone. Like I didn't know any other acts at the competition itself. The competition was there's a heat, so you go up against 10 other comics in the heat, and then the audience chooses the person they want to go through. So the audience didn't choose me. The audience chose someone else. But then Joe Parker was like, he'll choose a person too. And Joe Parker chose me.
He
Right?
seems to like you.
Yeah.
But I did also do really well that night. I did do well that night. I thought I could go through, but if there's only one person, in fact, when he said only one, when I heard someone else's name, I was like, man, but I was good.
Yeah, you thought,
But-
I must have made
I
that
must
one
have
somehow.
I
Yeah.
must have made. I was good. And then Joe Parker was like, okay, you'll choose the second one. And then I went through to that, and I went on and I got to the final. There was only one hit in the final. Got to the final, pulled my number out of the hat. Well, first. Hey man, this is like 3 months into
Yeah.
comedy.
So you
right?
still trying
I'm
to find your
still,
feet also. Yeah.
I'm still finding my feet in stand-up comedy. It's not my thing. It's not. I'm not a stand-up comedian yet because I don't like it when people are like, yeah, I'm a comedian now, and like, bruh, just because you were on stage twice or 3 times or 4 times in this doesn't mean you're a comedian, right? Because that's actually disrespectful towards the people who put in all that
Get some
time.
hours under the
I
belt,
mean,
yeah.
if you flew a plane for 1 day, you're not a pilot. You know what I mean? You're not a pilot. You just you went with your uncle. Your uncle let you hold on to the steering a bit. You're not a pilot. You're not a pilot.
Exactly.
You're just someone who flew a plane for that
For
day.
a couple of minutes.
Yeah, you're not a pilot. So I feel the same way about stand-up, about being a comedian. It's like you have to
Earn
actually
your stripes.
earn your stripes. And if you're earning money from it, then you're a comedian, because then you're a
Yeah.
professional comedian. People are paying you to make them laugh.
Exactly.
But then, so 3 months in, I'm just a guy on stage telling jokes. I got my number, and I'm like, yo, first, how can I go first? This is hard. Now, all the guys that was in the final was doing comedy at least 3 years. I was 3 months. They were at least doing 3 years, 2.5 years. They were around there. And I'm like, yeah, and I haven't met those guys. No one knew me. They didn't know me. The people in the final didn't know me except the one bra who I went through with, whose name is Tups, actually, comedian too. So except that bra, we went
Together, yeah.
I went on first. Yeah, I did so well. Like it was like a fire set.
The response
Like,
was perfect.
it was
yeah.
perfect. It's like everything was just going.
It was hitting,
Everything was hitting. You know, when it's like, I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. Even after my set, Loiso Gola was there. Loiso Gola came up to me after my set, backstage, picking me up. It's like, you're winning, bro. You won. I'm like, there's still 12 more acts to go. How can you say I've won? Right? And then when final came around, and then I won the competition.
You ended up winning.
I ended up winning that competition, yeah. I was a co-winner with Deep Fried Man. So we got to perform at the International Nando's Comedy Competition. And then it was weird because then I was at Monte Casino. That was also at Monte Casino at the Teatro. So there's like 1,000.
So you upgraded from
600.
from down there, and you're here now in the same room. In the
there was
same
like
space.
1,600 people.
Just yes,
And
that's
I'm
a
like,
lot of people.
how am I
How
here?
did
How
you-
am I?
exactly.
Then Trevor Noah was also backstage, and I'm like, why am I with these guys? And I'm there with American comedians. And it's just like surreal for me how in this I've 3 months into comedy, and I'm here in this space now doing comedy. So I went.
That was
and I did-
acceleration, yeah.
Yeah, it was like, it was a crazy acceleration. Did my 5 minutes, did really well with my 5 minutes. I just did my 5 minutes that I did at the competition. And, and I was
And
like,
it worked.
And it worked proper. Joe Parker was also in the crowd. He just made shop for me, because as I was walking, as we came to say goodbye to the audience, you know, I saw him there in the crowd making shop for me.
Like,
It's
you're
"Eish,
doing
yeah,
alright,
you
yeah,
did
yeah."
good." I was like, yes, bro, thank you, bro, and thank you for that. And then I started doing paid gigs after those 3
Serious. So
months.
people started taking you seriously after that now.
Yeah, like
Because you got an award under the belt.
yeah, I got a
People
competition.
start getting to know you. They seeing you more. They
Yeah,
hearing
like
about
the
you.
industry, you know, because it's not like I wasn't getting stopped by people.
Yeah. Oh, can we take a picture?
They were like, yeah, I wasn't getting stopped. People were like, yeah, we like this guy. But I did well for that night, and in the industry, people started mentioning me, telling other comics, "Oh, you should check
This
out
guy's
this guy,
good."
Dillan
Yeah.
Olifant."
Yeah.
David Kibuka, who was also a stand-up comedian. He had like one of the best gigs called the Blues Room in Santon. Everyone wanted to get onto that. So David Kibuka was also the judge at the comedy competition. And then he asked for my number, and I didn't know he ran gigs or anything. And then like after I did the competition, I got a message from it's like, yo, do you want to jump on at the Blues Room? No, bear in mind, I've never done a paid gig before in my life. Right? I've never done a paid gig in my life. I don't know how the language works. I'm like, I even message, who's this?
Sorry, who's this?
I don't know the lingo. I don't know what you say or what you do. Then he's like, no, it's David Kibuka. Do you want to come and perform at the Blues Room? I'm like, yes. I don't know the Blues Room. So myself, my parents, 2 of them, by the way.
Not to brag.
Myself and my parents, we drove to Santon, to the Blues Room. The Blues Room is no more. And there I'm walking in. I was like, oh, there's Trevor Noah there. There's Chris Forrest there. There's Luis Ogola.
Now you playing with the big boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm with the guys. Yeah, I'm with the guys. Because Trevor met me at the International Comedy Festival. He comes up
Sent
to
in
me.
your invoice and everything.
Eh?
Sent in your
No,
invoice.
at that time I didn't even know money. I didn't think I was getting paid. I just thought,
You just
I'm
thought,
here
whoa,
to
it's a gig for me.
perform.
Well,
I'm
it's
here to
fine.
perform. I'm definitely treating the comedy at that time as just my.
I'm here to do my thing.
I'm
yeah.
here to do my thing, and hopefully I'll get the work in the future.
Hopefully
if
the people are gonna laugh
they'll
and like it,
recognize,
yeah.
and I'll make money my own way. I'll make money through stand up. But in that moment, I wasn't thinking about money at all. Even when David Kibuka came to shake my hand, because that's how these club gigs they give you money like that.
Shake your hand. When you look in your hand, it's like, yo, thank
Then
you.
I'm like, yo, I think I got like 1,500 rand that night. Yeah, I was so happy. 1,500 rand in 2010 is good
It was
money.
nice. Yeah, it was nice.
For a night, I was
Wait,
like,
but
yo.
you were about to say, so you got in and Trevor walked to you.
Yeah, I got in. Trevor walked to me. I was like, oh, this brah remembers me. Because
And by that time, it was after day walk, huh?
yeah.
So Trevor was
I was
already Trevor.
starstruck.
Yeah.
Trevor was my hero, bruh. I was starstruck. I'm like, Trevor came up to me and was like, yeah, and he introduced himself to me. I was like, yeah, okay. You don't have to introduce yourself, but okay. And I was like, this is crazy.
Facts, bro.
Trevor's came up to greet me. Chris Forrest also came, and that's also another comic I watched before. And I was like, oh, I'm here with the guys. They're greeting me, asking me about comedy, and I know nothing about comedy at the time. I just know
You're
that
like,
I
agents, I really watch you guys. Now you asking me.
asking me how's the gigs going. I'm like, guys, this is my first gig. This is my first.
I just got here,
I
gents.
just got here. I performed there. Did like one of the memories actually popped up on Facebook the other day. Me saying that, yo, I did my first gig with Chris Forrest and Trevor Noah. I can't believe it. I'm going to bed now. my David Kibuka
How did
came.
you sleep that night, bro?
Man.
You probably laying the whole night. Yo,
Probably didn't even see.
yo, I can't believe it.
There was a time in my career when my parents. Well, there was a time where I was doing stand up in those 3 months when my parents were like, "Yeah, you need to find a job." Right? Like after
This is not working, Dillan.
Yeah, this is not
You
like.
tried it and it didn't work. Now go teach.
'Cause then I was like, man, but I'm getting better. Because I could see I'm getting better. I could see they were going every week, definitely improved my stand up. I could see, I'm getting there. I'm
There's
getting there, and I'm
improvement,
working on a set. It's getting there. And I told them, because there was, when I'd go to Ozone, my father only went with me to Ozone once. Then the other nights, he would just drop me there. Because Ozone is not far from Klipspruit West. So he would just drop me there. and go home.
So he didn't see the improvement over
So he
time.
didn't see. Then I was like, but you guys don't see me at.
I'm actually getting
yeah.
I'm
better.
actually
Yeah.
getting better. I can actually feel that I'm getting
Plus, now
better.
at that moment, bringing a 1.5 check home, it must have changed the energy and the mood.
I got into the car like Oprah, bro. I was like, you getting McDonald's and you getting McDonald's. Everybody's getting McDonald's.
What you gonna say about that now?
Man, I couldn't believe it, bro. I couldn't believe it. Then when David Kibuka gave me a stamp of approval, other comics started
Everyone
looking,
was like,
other
this
comics
guy.
started looking at me as a comic. They started booking me.
Yeah.
I was doing gigs now. Now I was doing shows now.
Wait, how does Nationwide happen?
So Nationwide happened with
It's wildness. So
Yeah.
I said wide.
Nationwide actually happened a bit later. Nationwide happened in 2014. So now shortly after I started doing paid gigs, so I was hanging around with Trevor's manager, who's my friend now, and my manager at the moment, right? So I was hanging around with because he liked
You were
his
in
name
the-
is
in the
Ryan.
right circles.
Ryan, I was in the right circles. It just so happened that Ryan and Rabin was running a comedy agency, and they wanted me to be part of their
The
comedy.
Indian guys, no?
Yeah,
I've met the one guy before.
Rabin.
Yeah.
Rabin and Ryan. So they were running, and then they were running Trevor shows also at the time. So they know about me, Trevor knows about me, and then the one in 2012, I was just doing stand-up around 2012, Trevor needed an opening act at That's Racist comedy show. There was no opening act. Then they called me. They were like, Dylan, don't you want to open for Trevor? So I was supposed to open for the week, for that week in Pretoria. So then the Sunday night we had two shows, a matinee and the evening show. So I do those two shows, smash it out of the park. Trevor's like, okay, we're rolling now. Then
People are vibing. He's also seeing the
Yeah,
energy. People are receiving you.
people are like, Trevor's like, I like this guy. This guy's funny. Then I ended up doing the whole run in Joburg.
That's racist run.
Yeah, no, that's a racist run in Joburg. And Joburg run was like crazy. Joburg run we did, I opened for him for like 40 shows at the Lyric Theatre. There's like 1,000 people a night. I'm opening the...
That's nice exposure also.
Great
Are you
exposure.
getting paid here or is this just...
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting paid. I'm getting paid.
Yeah, bro. Of course.
just
I'm working.
checking,
I'm
because-
an opening act, but I'm a working opening
Yeah.
act. So I'm
So
getting...
you're not just... There's not that exposure
exposure.
vibes like...
No.
London, sister Trevor, you
Yeah.
getting the exposure.
It's crazy. Comedians would never try
that
to
to
sell
each
you
other.
on exposure. It's always other audience members who try to get you to come to the
Because
show.
I think they understand us, so they know, hey, this is
Yeah,
not a
and
joke,
exposure is also, there's different exposures, right? Like I believe that there is something like exposure, but exposure is not me performing at your local venue for 40 people. No one's gonna see me there and be like, I'm gonna go and follow this guy.
There's
all
just me
around.
helping you at this point now.
Yeah, it's
if
just
I take
me
the gig,
helping
yeah,
your
yeah.
venue
Get some people.
get
in.
some people in, get a good show on. But I would have opened for Trevor for free. I wouldn't have minded to
that's-
open for
that's
it
now
for
a
free.
different level
Because
of
I knew that
Because
I'm
that is
getting
proper
Yeah.
exposure.
I'm performing. I literally performed to 40,000 people in that month.
Exactly.
You know, over that month.
Now that is
over
that is
That is
exposure.
exposure. Even if I just get 20 people from there to come to shows.
Broski, in this time and also in general, are you doing the same sets, bro, or what's the feel like of
Is
doing a
this
set
old? Am I doing
and
the same
the
thing?
next night, same people might have brought friends along and so forth on.
No, Trevor encouraged to do the same set.
Is it?
Because even he does the same,
same, yeah, he
hour. It's a set. He does the same hour and a half set. So if you come back, the show is very clear. The show's name is That's Racist. So you know That's Racist is that show. It's those jokes.
What about outside of that,
guidelines.
though, bro? What about outside of that? Outside of the Trevor Noah show?
Okay.
You're doing this show and that show and now.
No, there I'm
Are you-
doing new stuff. I'm
Putting variation now.
yeah, and I'm still going to open mics because I know I'm just a new person. I'm 2 years into
still busy
stand-up now,
building your-
and I'm still building this thing. I want to build a set that that just keeps growing, because I don't just want to do this 10 minutes for the rest of my life.
Exactly.
Because that's how you get stuck. You
end up just
you
doing
just
that
end up
all
doing
the
that because it works all the time. So I'm still, I'll go open for him after I get off stage, run to an open mic, go do an open mic. I'm like, I just performed with 1,000 people, now I'm performing to 4 people. What's happening? Like,
That must have been
like I just performed to 1,200 people. Now I'm here with 4 people. 2 of them are comedians.
The other 2 is his mother and his cousin that came with.
Yeah. The other ones are just coming to support, but it's fine. It's fine. I know what I'm working towards, and I know what I wanna do and be. You know, so I'm there, opening for Trevor, going to open mics, working, and then I did Trevor shows. I did the That's Racist shows. Then I did the shows after to the tour after that one. I don't remember the name now, but I did that one too. And then Trevor's like, no, man, because it was myself, Robbie Collins, Dusty Rich.
Dusty, I remember Dusty.
Myself, Robbie Collins, Dusty Rich, we were opening acts for Trevor. Dusty would open for Trevor in Durban. Robbie would open.
He did something in Joburg, so I went to go watch something.
Yeah,
with Trevor,
later.
and Dusty
Yeah,
was there,
before. Yeah. So Dusty would open for Trevor in Durban. Robbie would do Cape Town and PE, and I would do Joburg with Trevor. Right. So then Trevor was like, no, man, I need to move with these guys. We need to do a tour with these guys. We need to do a tour with these guys. Then we started putting a tour in motion. And Loiso Madinga came along, Eugene Koza came along, and the next year we did a tour. And we moved all over, casinos, just casino gigs all the time. And then Trevor was like, let's record the show. And I was like, this is it. That's exposure. Then I was like, this is going to be exposure.
Because when that thing blows up, it blows up.
Everyone wants to watch Trevor.
Exactly.
Everyone wants to watch. In fact, whenever I told people I do comedy, that's the first question people ask me.
Do you know Trevor?
Do you know Trevor? No, yeah. And when I tell them, they still don't believe me. But then
until they saw it for themselves.
Yeah, like a lot of people was like, no, don't.
You're trying to flex.
That's not the way you roll. You name dropping here. That's not the way you roll. Then we toured. Then Trevor was like, let's record the show. We recorded the show here at the Lyric Theatre. And then one random February, I was in Musica, and I pick up a pamphlet, and I'm like, oh snap, there I am.
Yeah. My mom made it.
I see coming soon. It gave a date there, somewhere in March. I think that show came out the day before my birthday.
How's that for a birthday present?
Yeah, bruh. I was just like excited, like, okay, so the show is gonna be on DVD. It is gonna be on a platform. And then that show came out, and I was like, yeah, this is great. This is great. This is a moment for me. It is a big moment for me when the show came out. And then I was like, okay, what do I do with this now? One day I was playing ball in the street, and
the next day,
another dude stops me, and he's like, hey, bro, I love your stuff. You're so funny. I was like, yeah, I'm playing
so
ball.
you started getting recognized now.
Yeah, then I was like, oh, okay. I see. Someone saw me. Someone saw my show. Then I started getting recognized all the time.
At which point do people want to take pictures now?
Yeah, I think when that DVD even came, people started asking me for pictures and stuff. And people were like, this is the guy we saw from Trevor's show, the funny guy. So people would always come up to me, on colored people specifically, would always recognize me. And I'd walk in and I'm like, hey,
people quote you.
Do
people quote your own jokes back to you?
All the time.
Are you still in touch with the homie, bro? With Trevor?
Trevor?
Oh, no. You the big name player now. Is the homie still in touch with you, bro?
Is the homie still in touch with you? Facts.
Not really. Trevor probably obviously started his own comedy thing in America. So there's always chance of me going there to do comedy there, because I got to open for Trevor. And when you get to open for a name that people recognize, you can always get to work outside of your... So we're not really in touch now. Yeah. But his manager is my manager, and it's also like he's a really good friend.
Are they still like in touch?
Yeah, he's just come
Manager
from New
wise.
York.
Okay, so they
So
still got a
they like
so that contact is technically still, that line is still open.
yeah, that line is definitely still open. Look, Ryan, the manager, is my friend, and he's also a big comedy nerd. Ryan is
So
a
he
big comedy
likes
nerd. He really
To
loves
put these
comedy.
things together, yeah.
So whenever you see me do things, it's partly because Ryan put me on. Like when we did the roast of the International Comedy Festival.
So Ryan seems to be well connected with the comedy world.
With the comedy industry and with the world outside the finances and the so I've got myself a friend and a good manager who likes my stuff, who really loves comedy and who loves working with me.
So there's really big stuff coming up.
Yeah,
It's just like a matter of time before the boom takes place.
Yeah, we keep working, you know.
To me, I honestly feel like that to a certain extent the boom kind of did take place on a smaller scale, but you talking about that massive boom where that Trevor Noah kind of boom, or what would you say if you gauge your own success? Where do you find yourself on the scale at this point? Obviously, you're still working. You do Olifant in the room. You're starting to do your own tours. You still kind
things
of
are
you're
happening.
still
Things
building
are
that
happening.
momentum, which
Yeah,
the
no.
momentum is already there, but you obviously want it to snowball into something that becomes massive.
I obviously want it to be. I want to be able to. My goal in my comedy career has never been to be a celebrity. And I know it's so weird. Like I always tell people, bruh, I'm just someone that people know, that other people know. I'm not celebrity. I'm just, bruh, you'll see me. I'm just a normal person. My goal has never actually been to be a celebrity. So I just want to make comedy and make money from comedy. That's what I want to do. I want my art to work for me, and I want to work for my art. So in terms of bigger goals, I always want to do. I want to go where my heart is. I want to make movies. I love movies. I mean, I even banked varsity to go watch movies. Like I want to make movies. I want to write sitcoms. So if that means I'll have to be famous, super famous to do those things, then
it comes with a
then that
package.
will come with a package. But if not, it's not. If I can just be making movies and doing sitcoms and just living a nice, comfortable life with me and my future wife. Come on, future wife.
Come on.
Future wife, yeah. Bro, you know it's funny though.
Yeah.
These things are funny. These like animations where you're talking like
These are
another voice and then and then like
the stories, yeah.
the story, animated stories, they super funny. Bro. I was
Thank
watching
you.
the Saturday, I was like, yo, this is funny.
Yeah, this was basically Comedy Central's initiative. They did comedy during lockdown, and they were like, look, we can't perform to audiences, but we can tell stories.
Exactly.
And comedy is basically stories. Like I walked down the street yesterday and I saw this and this and this and that.
And then they add images
this.
to it.
And they add images to it, and I enjoyed doing this actually. We had a lot of fun in front of that green screen.
Bro, before we go, I want to get quickly, we got a couple of minutes left. I want to get to your online presence now, especially on Instagram. That T-shirt that you're wearing at the moment, and you rattle a lot of people up on your lives and on your little post that you make. Well, it's not little; it gets a lot of interaction. Because of your stance on football, you were a big football fanatic, and of course you are a Manchester United fan, which is you don't make don't munch your words about that. Was that you during lockdown? Like, you know what? Let me just talk nonsense to the people and see what they do. What was your mindset behind doing that? Those lives
With the
little
videos, with the
yeah.
content. The mindset was more like
The previews.
the previous. And
Hello and welcome.
the thing was, no one would let me get onto their platform and talk football, right? And I was like, there's the internet. I've got a phone. I can make a video. I
I
can
got my own
talk.
platform.
I can try. People will get along. People will come to this thing. And then I was like, I love comedy. I love Man United. Let me just put them all.
Mix them up.
Let me mix them up. And we'll do these videos.
Yeah.
Started doing them on Facebook. Facebook, they popped off. People started, and then I'm just doing them all the time now. Keep just doing.
Do you script those? I'm like, are you gonna give away your secrets now?
No. I think we should probably put the homie on the spot. Should I paint the picture
I
for
think
you?
he scripts them.
Let's put him on the spot. Let me paint the picture.
Put him on the spot now.
Let me paint the picture, bro.
Let's have some fun in those last few minutes here.
Okay, so this weekend coming up, say for instance, it's the big one. It's at Anfield now. Liverpool versus Man United. And say last week, well, this past weekend, you did draw 2-2 to Aston Villa. We beat Brentford yesterday 3-0, and now we're clashing at Anfield. Bear in mind what took place at Old Trafford earlier on this season was 5-0. Paint the preview. Paint the preview. And don't forget. No. Hold up. And don't forget to end off with the iconic.
No, we can't
The iconic. Hold
I
on.
just about to accept that last part. It's like,
Hold on. Don't forget to end off with the iconic.
Nah,
ending.
It's a family show. You can't end
Look.
up with the ending.
Look, let me say it this way. These videos I worked on before they go out.
But can you freestyle one?
Can I freestyle one? Probably not, because I'm a grieving Man United supporter.
I mean, okay, freestyle one quickly to the people. That setup that Jay gave you now, the scenario.
Freestyle one.
And start
Meeting
off with the proper greeting.
So you have to go, hello and welcome to my Man United vs Liverpool preview. It's been a rough week. This week we Man United lost to Aston Villa 2-2. We also lost Desmond 2-2. Rest in peace, Desmond. And Steven Gerrard with his career. So, Man United this week. Liverpool beat Brentford 4-0. Liverpool, the one-time Premier League champions. They've been really doing well, trying to be as good as Man City. So, not quite. Man United are going to Anfield beaten, broken. You know? We're at our lowest point right now. We're at our lowest point. We're at the point where we almost Arsenal, but not quite Arsenal. Right? And I don't know what we're going to do this season. Man United, Cristiano Ronaldo has come in, played for Man United. Not what we want him to be. Not the Cristiano that I thought we would get. We got Cristiano from Extension 6. We got Chris. Or Crisozo, that's who we got. He's doing okay, he's scoring some goals, but still blooming by the tavern every now and then. And then our play in midfield has been poor, very poor. We can't string a pass along. There's been no passing. We need someone to come through for us. We don't know who's gonna come through for us. Maybe. Who Desmond Tutu, he passed.
He passed?
Sorry, that was a dark joke, but it's fine because I'm a dark colored. So Man United this week, I think Man United will lose to help play. I would never say that.
Bro.
I think Man United will beat Liverpool 2-1 at Anfield, and if not. I don't know what we're going to do. I think we can do it. 2-1 to Manchester United. This is my preferred starting lineup. Then
it comes up.
The lineup comes up. Come on, United. Come on. I hate Michael Owen.
Don't like Michael Owen. Bro, why don't you like Michael Owen? What's that about?
Michael Owen is a former Liverpool player who played for Man
United.
He's a former Liverpool player who played. He's a Liverpool legend. Liverpool love him. They love him so much. He's one of your greatest players ever to not win the league with you guys, right?
Yeah, we don't really
Supposed to
like
come with your Liverpool T-shirt today.
He's one of the
Actually.
greatest to ever not win the Liverpool, the league. And he won the league with
West
Man
United.
United. Yeah, because we're a great team and we've been winning the league consistently till 2013. Then that was our cutoff.
when BlackBerry had the BIS. That was the last time.
Yeah, where you could update your status.
Check
on
BBM.
check BBM, and you will see the statuses.
Come on, I want to know, broski. So like we've been saying, things has been happening for you, and we could probably close off for this one. Things has been happening. Would you encourage a comedy career to up and coming comedians out there? Reason why I'm saying this is because we've been seeing your life, we've been seeing what you're posting, and so forth on. And yes, we do know that you speak about you being an absent father, but there is a little black baby in the picture now, and we know that you're really taking good care of this black baby, which is your car, and congratulations for that. You speak about it being your dream car.
Yeah.
And to us, obviously, looking at this, we're like, wow, things are actually happening in that space. Would you would you encourage
People to do stand-up comedy? Yeah, I would
as a
definitely.
full-time?
I would definitely encourage you to follow comedy dreams. See, the thing for me, I'm big on comedy. The thing I'm big on. So I always say you focus on becoming good, and then other people will come through. Then you'll get your dream car, like I got my dream car. I'm big on follow. So I don't believe in doing things just for better clout, just for clout. I believe in doing things that I actually love doing, and I know if I love this thing and I work hard on this thing, man, those other things are definitely gonna come.
Because then you do it also with a passion, and you do it with a sense of purpose, and you do it with a sense of, I actually like this. I'm not doing it because if you do it for, like you say, clout, you're gonna get to a point where, oh, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I don't even think we see it as you doing it for cloud, bro.
No, but I
Obviously,
mean,
on the
what
other side,
he's saying is that
yeah,
if you do
yeah.
something because you actually like it,
Yeah.
then you do it regardless of whether 5 people watch it. Like you said, you come from big Trevor show, then you go to like something where 4 people
Four
go.
people,
But it's
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's fine, let's just roll with it.
Yeah,
And
because
you
I
enjoy it
really
anyway.
wanna be. I really wanna be at that point in my career where I really want my comedy to be on the highest level.
Yeah, you want to
that
keep
I could-
improving.
I want to keep improving. I want it to be, because I know my comedy can only improve from here if I keep working at it. So I really want to be at the highest level of being a comedian, not necessarily the highest earner or whatever that is, but I want to be at the highest level of my comedy. And I keep working every week, every day, trying to push my stand-up comedy, because I know that is the thing I love, and that's the thing that I want to do for the rest of my life.
Perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr.
Yeah.
Dillan Olifant. My brother, it's been an honor. Our time has caught up to us. Look, man, we've been watching your journey for a while now. I myself have come seeing you at Parker's a few times. Myself and Senor, we went together that one night. Man, I've only seen you just do better and better and
Level
just
up.
strive and just like Jay's saying, level up. When I posted that you're going to be on the show, a bunch of people were like, I know Dillan, his family is this and that. Somebody actually spoke to me yesterday, say that they were your neighbors for a long time.
Okay, Uncle Russell.
Yeah. So they were like, no, we know Dillan, we're definitely going to watch tomorrow's show. So they're probably watching it right now. Bro, you know what, you make us proud, especially in a time where, as brown people, we lost a sense of identity. We lost a sense of belonging in our own country. We lost a sense of like, where do we fit into this whole picture? We kind of sidelined, marginalized. And to see someone, I come from Klipspruit. That was an extension to the Honor You.
Okay.
And to see somebody coming from a place where you come from, a place where the same spaces that you occupy, and then to see them excel in their dream and in their goal, it's inspiring, bro. It's definitely something that I think any person can look at and say, you know what, Dylan comes from here, around the corner, and look what he's doing. And for any youngster even walking around in Eldos, or because sometimes we get caught up with the drug issue, the alcohol issue, and all of that. But if we can look at somebody and say, that's always from here, man, and look what he's doing, and we seeing him on TV, and we watching his shows, and we enjoying what he's doing, it really inspires young people, bro. In fact, not only young people, it inspires anyone watching. And especially, I'm speaking now from a perspective from a brown community. Yeah. It really makes us say, yo, at least we're there, man, and we're doing something that is really making us proud. So congratulations, my brother. We will always do whatever we need to do on our side to make sure that we encourage, that we support, that we do what we need to do to make sure your things are moving and working. And that's what you get from me and Jay and this organization. We're definitely going to do what we need to do to make sure that your things are moving forward, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Bro, I think you summed it up perfectly, broski. Big blessings to the year ahead. It's 2022. And you walked in here saying last year was hectic, and we said this year's even going to be much more hectic for you, broski. We pray that upon your life. And yeah, let the dream cars, the dream houses, the dream this and the dream everything.
The dream wife.
The dream wife this year. Yeah. May it come to pass, fruition. And yeah, broski. Big blessing.
Broski, last words from your side? Closing remarks. That was he say last word. Say my other closing remarks. Scratch that. Closing remarks.
Thank you guys for having me, man. I appreciate you guys having me. And I look forward to the year. All the best for your year too. May you have a great year in everything you do. And I look forward to seeing everybody at a stand-up comedy show in 2022. We need mostly the money.
And the people, but mostly the
money. Because comedy's taken a hit over, because live shows have taken it over lockdown, level 5, Cyril's lockdown. We blame Cyril. So please come out to live comedy shows. Come watch live shows. Come through. We have some of the best comedians. Go. It doesn't even have to be my show. If you don't like me, go to a South African comedian show that you like. Just come out and support comedy. Because comedy needs the love and support right now. We're grieving. It's a grieving nation like Man United.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Mr. Dillan Olifant. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you have not yet subscribed, please do hit the subscribe button. We are on 1,380 at the moment, and a lot of interaction we got on the show. We see everyone. We see Dale. We see Nathan. We see Jean. We see Jemsh. Thank you so much for hopping on today. Thank you for being a part of the show. Dillan, thank you for being a part of the show. You definitely made our first opening show. What a great success, my brother. Please do like, guys, please do like the video. It really just gets people to, pushes it up onto the algorithm. So when people scroll through their YouTube, it pops up and then more people can hear Dillan's story. Okay, we laughed during the show, but it was more so to get into the life of our guest here this morning. And I think we've achieved and accomplished that. Very inspiring journey. So yeah, go out there, make the most of everything you've got. Pursue your dream, even though sometimes you have to dodge school and go watch movies. But pursue your dream, and you see how it turns out. It works in the end. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. We are open now. See you on the next one. Love you. Bye bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to it.
Good morning to the folks. What up to the youngins, and bless up to the world.
And then Jay just put your info on blast like that.
It's what the people want to know, bro. My bad.
Nah, bro.